All right, everybody, we are out in the wilderness today with LGD 31 right here. I figured it was fitting if we were in the woods with a forest green wrapped truck in the forest. So here we are in the forest with our brand new giveaway truck. That is number 31 right there. So we've done 30 giveaways to date. And by the time that I'm making this, we have not given away or physically awarded the winner of LGD 30, but we could say 30 giveaways in the books because by the time you're seeing this, this has already begun, and we will have a winner in the next few days for LGD 30. But before we even get into the overview of this truck, because that's what we're doing this video, we're going over the whole entire build sheet on LGD 31 right here. But LGD 30 and all of our giveaways, it usually takes up to 10 days, just so you know, to get a winner back from our agency. So it's not immediate. The giveaway doesn't end at midnight like LGD 30 ended on November 11th, 2022. We don't just have a winner at 12 o'clock in 1 second. No, it takes 10 days. It's a lot of entries, and our agency tallies up all those entries, makes sure that all the entry multipliers are accounted for, make sure everybody has the correct amount of entries that they got total during the whole entire giveaway. And then after a week goes by, again, 7 to 10 days, they send us a sheet with the winner, and we say we don't know this person, we don't work with them, and that's never happened before. And then once we say, okay, you're good to go to contact them, they contact them, and then they clear them, and then once they clear them, we can then call the winner, and that's what we do every single time on live. So shortly, in the next few days, within the next week, you're going to be seeing live on Instagram the LGD 30 winner announcement. We're going to do the same thing for this one, and all of our future giveaways, everything is always done live. Okay, so I can go on and on and on about how the giveaway drawing works and how it works as far as entering and all that, but let's get into the truck itself, and then I'll go into a little bit more detail on how to enter and all that fun stuff. So to start off, it's a 2022 limited Longhorn Ram 3500, and for the first time ever, it is a long bed dually. We have not ever, for whatever reason, no, there's not whatever reason. I know exactly the reason. It's because I don't really like long beds. I like the mega cabs, and they're stout, they're mean, they're aggressive. But long beds are a lot of people's taste. So we wanted to do something that you guys haven't seen before. So for the first time ever, long bed dually. And I think we did a pretty good job at making this one come together and looking as good as it possibly can for a long bed, because you could really ruin a long bed. Long beds don't really look good factory, in my opinion. The bed's too long compared to the cab, right? Mega cabs are kind of proportional. You know, the bed's about the same length as the cab. This one, the bed's way longer. So if you do not build a long bed dually right, it could look very, very bad. I think this one looks pretty good, but you guys be the judge for yourself. So color, obviously not a stock color. Underneath this color, and some people that watch our build vlogs on a separate channel, that's the Lab CT, the shop has its own channel, so you can see all the behind the scenes of these things being built from the ground up. Because again, we buy all these trucks bone stock. Not a single truck that we give away is completely untouched by us and just modified and we bought. No, every single truck is modified by us. So this one was brand new, and it was factory blue. Actually, I'll show. So when we do wrap a truck, usually we want to use a black truck. This one is blue. So if you open up the doors, you're going to see the blue on the door jambs. Why don't we wrap the door jambs? Because we figure if somebody is ever going to take off this wrap, then they don't have to worry about going into the doors and taking all that extra stuff off. It's pretty easy, just peel it off. But there are also a few parts that are painted, so it wouldn't be as simple as just pulling off a wrap, but we'll get into that. So why do we do a blue truck? There's a shortage of trucks throughout the whole entire country. It's been like that since COVID hit, and it hasn't really gotten too much better. Rams especially are very, very hard to find. We just bought a GMC, and that was pretty easy to find. There's a lot of GMCs, there's a lot of Chevys out there, but there's not many Rams, and there's not too many Fords. So we needed a black Ram 3500 long bed because we wanted to do a long bed. Couldn't find one anywhere in the country. The closest thing that we had to that was this blue. It was a dark color. It wasn't a light color. I mean, at the end of the day, if we can't find the black truck, we won't do a black truck even when we want to wrap it. So we found the blue. It was the only one available, so we took it, and that's what we got. Now, again, we won't restrict ourselves to just black, but we would prefer to use a black truck when we wrap it. So for the most part, they're black. This one's blue. If you want to take the wrap off, you have a beautiful factory blue underneath it. A lot of people were like, oh, I want to see that truck done in blue. Well, We would have kept it blue if our plan wasn't to do this color for Christmas. So I think the forest green really goes with the Christmas season. You know, you have so many different Christmas colors: red, white, green. So this one's green and white. So I think it goes with the season. Again, we like to do seasonal themed trucks. We don't like to just fire out whatever we can. If there is a holiday coming up, then we're gonna try and base it on the holiday. But we can't do obviously the same thing year after year. So we have to play around with the colors. And hopefully the new style trucks are coming out soon. They are gonna come out soon, 2024. But it's been so long since we've had an update on trucks. Like, this style Ram has been around since 2019. The current Ford, besides changing the headlights, in the grille, in the taillights, everything else on the new Fords, 2023, all the way back to 2017 are the exact same body. Again, besides headlights, they have to change the fenders to match the new style of the headlights, but it's the same truck. They have a bigger screen now, but they didn't do a complete new update. And then same thing for GMC and Chevy. Both started the new body style in 2020. So we are due for an update. I mean, we started doing giveaways in 2019. So the first year after we started doing giveaways, the new trucks started popping up. And ever since then, they have not changed. So we are ready for a change. We're 31 giveaways in. We've done, I don't know how many of these, of this style Ram, of the 5th gen Rams. But I would say, I think it's over. I think this is like 8. We've done a lot.
Close, yeah.
So I mean, you can imagine there's 4 brands. GM is consisted of 2, right? GMC and Chevy. And then there's Ram, and then there's Ford. So there's 4 brands, and we have 31 total giveaways. So even if you were to divide that by 4 equally, you would have over 7. You would have 7.5. Let's just round up to 8. 8 trucks of every single brand. So we've done a lot of trucks. We've put our hands on a lot of trucks. We know these trucks in and out, and we are ready for a change. But until we do get the new change, we are going to continue offering these brand new trucks as new as we can get. So again, this is a 2022. The actual wrap color is Hexus Sherwood Green. So fun fact about this wrap, there have been wraps in the past where, mainly the chrome wraps, where you can't match paint to the wrap because you can't get that chrome effect with paint unless you're painting over chrome. So we would resort to doing gloss black plastics. So the mirrors would be painted in gloss black. So we never wrap mirrors because they're almost impossible to wrap. So on the red chrome truck, for instance, we didn't want to paint the mirrors because we couldn't match the red. It wouldn't be close enough, and then you would clearly see the difference between the mirror and the wrap, and it wouldn't look good at all. So we did gloss black mirrors, and the caps we wrapped in red chrome. But even then, there was a lot of seams because there's a lot of different edges and difficult corners to actually adhere the wrap to on the caps, even not even the mirrors themselves. So the caps are a little intricate as well. But we did wrap them on that truck. We don't like to wrap anything that we can't match with paint if it shouldn't be wrapped. So on this one, we needed to do paint because I wanted to have a lot of parts that matched the wrap. Otherwise, again, this would be all gloss black if we couldn't actually get wrap on there. And I don't think that would have looked too good. We could have also wrapped the mirror caps, but we decided to actually spend our time. And it might have seemed hard, but it was very hard. A painter had a pretty difficult time. It took him a lot of spray outs to figure out the exact color that's going to match this wrap. So we got it pretty damn close, almost like 99.9%. You're never going to get it 100%. Color matching is never 100%, but you can get it 99.9%. And our wrap to our paint color matches almost perfect. Now this wrap, it's hard to see right now because there's not really too much sun, but if you put this thing in the sunlight, you're going to see a lot of gold flake. There's a lot of gold flake in this wrap. When there's no sun at all, it looks almost like it's just a solid green, a dark green. But the wrap and the paint match almost perfectly. So we have painted mirrors, obviously whole truck's wrapped. If you guys have seen the overview videos for any of the past giveaway trucks that were wrapped, you already know that I go through every single piece of the truck. And for the most part, the truck itself is wrapped. The grille is wrapped, all the surround pieces. The inside of the headlights, I always say this, you cannot wrap them because, again, just like the mirrors, too many intricate spots, too tight, especially with heat being trapped in there too. It would bubble over time. It would look like shit, and it's just not the right way to do it. So we paint the inside of the headlights. So we have a two-tone green and black scheme inside the headlights. Balance is painted, bumper is wrapped. Tow hooks are powder coated in gloss black. All of these pieces are wrapped. We have painted emblems, not wrapped. If you, again, that's another thing. If you were to try and wrap these, you could. It's not the right way to do it. These things are way too small. There's too many way too tight corners and paint. So Moving over, we have our hood badges in two-tone, surround painted black, letters black, and then our textured plastic is now green. Like I said, painted mirrors, green, black. Our caps, though, are, damn, where's the key? The caps have switchbacks in them, so when you signal, they are orange, and when you're driving, they are white. Cab lights, while we're over here in the front, kind of, right? We have white LED Recon cab lights painted in black. While you're up there, we have a black wrapped roof. Again, remember this truck is blue. If the truck was black, we would have just kept the roof black, but we had to wrap it because the truck's blue. Handles are painted, not wrapped. Again, handles are another one of those really intricate parts that are very difficult to wrap. So we decided to paint those, and then our chrome, what is originally chrome, is now gloss black. Factory Ram steps, these are not powder coated. We wanted a more rugged truck, so we left them nice and rugged, textured black powder coat from factory. Recon LED bed lights, front and back. So the front are orange, the back are red, and those are color matched in the green. Come to the back, we have, as always, tinted and bordered tail lights and tinted and bordered third brake light. Black Ram emblem, color matched tailgate emblem, wrapped bumper. Obviously, I don't have to point out the obvious. The tailgate's wrapped, the bed's wrapped. White powder coated hitch. Ooh, got a little dusty. These are dirt roads, okay, so. But wheel and tire setup. Let's start up here. You already saw the back. So, wheel and tire setup. We have 24-inch LG Supply Co. engraved American Force wheels in black and milled. Then we have 37-inch Venom tires. These are the Terra Hunter XTs. We have a 3.5-inch LG&D coil spacer with a factory coil. Fox 2.0 Resi shocks front and rear with white powder coated clamps. We have white powder coated factory radius arms, white powder coated sway bar. And then you can't see it, but we also have our white powder coated adjustable track bar underneath there. Because once you go up on these trucks, on these Rams, they don't come with factory adjustable track bars. So you need to adjust the track. Once you go up more, the truck's gonna pull the axle more one way than the other. So you need to adjust it to get it centered out again underneath the truck perfectly. So that's one of the things. I think you can only go up to about 2 inches. Realistically, 1.5 is like the max you can go up on these trucks in the front without needing an adjustable track bar. We have tint all the way around the truck. Windshield is 35%. All of our giveaway trucks are 35% on the windshield, where you can see still very good at night, but in the day, it's as light as I would go before you start being able to see inside. So when you're driving this thing, don't worry. A lot of people are gonna look, but they can't see you, but you can see them. Sides, 5% over factory, so the front is just 5%, and then the back is 20 over the factory 35 to equal out to 5. And that's about it, guys, for the outside. What am I missing?
Rock lights.
Every single time. Every single time. So we have 18 rock lights on this thing, 2 in each wheel well, 2 on the sides, both sides, 2 front and back, and then 2 down the center. Inside, these are factory wrapped matte black, and it looks so bad. So we always on the Rams wrap it gloss black instead. And we don't go over the factory, we actually take off the factory and go on top of the factory paint with the wrap. Our window trim, which is normally chrome, is now gloss black. And then the inside, it's a limited Longhorn, which I don't think we've never had. We've never given away. We've done a lot of, we've done a couple King Ranches, and we've done a couple High Countries with the brown interior, but we've never had a, actually, no, we did a Laramie Longhorn, but never a limited Longhorn. So this is first limited Longhorn, and I'll tell you, these interiors are nice, man. The wood grain, like look at this wood grain. It almost looks like tree bark, or like a really, really, really dry beef jerky. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
Like just rip it off and eat it. So two-tone brown interior. It does not have massage seats like Ford, but it is pretty comfy. It's not as big as a mega cab in the back, but you guys wanted a bigger bed in the smaller cab. But there's still plenty of room for whoever the heck you want to put back there. You got your belt buckle, because it's a Longhorn. Don't forget about that. No big moonroof, full moonroof, because the Rams and the GMCs. I don't know why, like, companies, maybe they'll update it for 2024, but Ram and GM, like, how can you look at Ford and not want to do that and not want to do massage seats. Obviously, everybody has their own thing. Every company's known for their own thing. But I mean, hey, these things have the digital rear view camera, just like GM does, right? But then Ford doesn't. So it doesn't make sense. Like, if you guys have two of the same feature, why don't you have the rest of the features that are really, really cool? Like, I'm sure Ram owners would love massage seats. I'm sure Ram owners would love a full moonroof instead of just a half, right? Which is a normal moonroof. Ford went above and beyond, but I think for 2024, we're gonna see a lot of the features that some trucks don't have, starting to have, and then one of the three companies or one of the four companies are all gonna do new features that their old trucks didn't have, and then they're gonna be the only ones with that until the next update, right? So, they did update the interface on this thing. It's a little bit more, I don't know, refreshed, rejuvenated. It's updated look and feel. I think they updated the sound system too, because the sound system sounds a little bit better. The Rams have always been great, but it does sound a little louder, which is good. So I think as of now, riding in this thing, this might be the loudest of the new trucks, sound system wise. GM, very close second. Ford, dead last. Always dead last with the interior. With the sound, it's so bad, guys. So anyways, this big old boy is up for grabs right now, along with $50,000 in cash. So how do you enter? LGNDsupplyco.com anytime between now and the deadline, which is Christmas Day for this one. If you get anything off the website, anything at all, every dollar you spend is one entry to win this truck, unless there's an entry multiplier. Throughout the giveaway, there's going to be entry multipliers. It depends on the time of the giveaway, where you get multiplied entries for every dollar you spend, right? But there is a lot of stuff on the website. Anything that you purchase at any point during the giveaway automatically enters you to win that thing in the 50K. There's no catch. If you win, you win. Somebody's actually going to win. It's not a scam. We've been doing it 4 years. $5 million in vehicles and cash prizes awarded. If you still believe it's a scam, that's on you. You're missing out. Because literally, one lucky person is going to take this thing home along with that cash. If you don't get entered, you are not. So somebody will. They're going to take your place. But how would you know that you're not going to win if you don't get entered? You can't win if you don't get entered. So you should probably at least try. I mean, we've given away a lot of trucks, 31 trucks. And granted, if you don't like small tires, you probably didn't enter for any of them. This one has a little bit beefier tires. We've done a couple trucks with beefier tires. I think that the people that are complaining about the small tires on the other trucks that have even thinner tires than this would still complain about this as well. Like, they want like 20 inches of sidewall, which is, you're not gonna find that here. So this is pretty much as beefy as it gets with the setup. So if you want a beefy truck, you're not gonna get one again for a little while, okay? These are like treats. We throw them to you every once in a while. Here you go. There's one, and then we're done for a little bit. So gorgeous, gorgeous, rigid, beautiful, rigid, heavy duty truck. And it's gonna fit one of you well. So if you could see your butt in that seat, smiling with the window down, waving to everybody with that cash, waving that around, don't do that, you might get rough. Click the link in the description or type it out, lgnsupplyco.com. At any point between now and December 25th, 2022, you have the chance to win it. If you don't get entered before then, this giveaway is done and you lost your chance. So don't waste any more time. Click that link if it's before the 25th of December of 2022. All right, guys, that's all from me today. It's getting dark. It gets dark at like 6 o'clock now, so we're gonna start heading back. Hope you guys enjoyed the overview. Hope you like the truck. We have a lot more coming up very soon. A lot more different styles of trucks. But again, remember, keep this in mind. This is a treat. So if you like beefy tires, it's the last one you're gonna see for a little bit.